against the United States, unless, of course, he's pushed. And so the media, he was saying, was really working overtime on that, and I thought that was an interesting thought as far as that goes. And so that's why my thought, as far as Trump working with Putin, I think that they will work together well as far as bringing, peace and some type of stabilization.
Well, at least trying to defeat ISIS. And what would Trump do if he ever really found out for sure that ISIS was really founded and funded by the United States and has CIA operatives within ISIS? Like, what he would do. I know what a libertarian president would do. I don't know what Trump would do. But
that's a difficult one. It really is. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people don't know who was behind Libya and Gaddafi's fall. And I'm so glad Hillary didn't get in, because she desperately wants Assad. She would be going to war for sure.
Yeah, I breathed a sigh of relief when I found out. I had a suspicion, like say the last 6 hours of the election, of the election night, that Trump might win, and I was hoping that he would, only because he would beat Hillary, who I think would be a two-legged Hitler, female Hitler.
Yeah.
So, God. I like to be a fly on the wall to find out what Hillary did as soon as she found out. What? I lost. I gave all these speeches and smiled and took all my Botox, and I still lost.
Well, Bill probably told her, "Look, you didn't follow my advice. I gave you my expertise, and you had the president and the first lady, and you couldn't even pull this one off,
Yeah, even after cheating every which way but lose.
Yeah. Do you think that 8 years ago, I remember when Hillary and Obama went at it, of course, during the primaries, but then they went on a plane ride together. They fooled the press, left the press behind, because the press was supposed to be with them on a plane trip, I believe. They left the press behind, took a private plane trip, and after that plane landed, all of a sudden, Hillary was for Obama. So I'm wondering, my opinion was, they formulated a secret deal. Put me in now, and I'll go for you in 8 years or 4 years. That's my opinion. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, listen, I agree with the Saturday Night Live version of when Kate McKinnon did Hillary, and she says, "I've only wanted to be president my whole life."
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the truth. It reminds me of the old joke, and you'll excuse me. Balls, said the Queen. If I had them, I'd be king. Okay, and that's Hillary. She was hoping that the country was ready for a female president. I was surprised at how many women at the end didn't want her.
Yeah.
Didn't for that reason alone.
Yeah.
That she was a woman.
Well, it wasn't a woman. She was not. She was not good for anything, as far as I'm concerned.
But she thought she would have female support, and the bottom line is they just came right out and said, "No, we don't want a female president."
I don't think it's not they didn't want a female president. They didn't want her.
I keep telling my wife every night.
I agree with you.
I keep telling my wife every night, "You should be president. You should be president." Doesn't do me any good, but hey.
She's just. It's Listen, it's an interesting world we're going to be going into.
Yes, it is. But
I made a prediction earlier in the show. I said the only thing we're going to be sure of that 4 years from now we're going to be older. And after that, the only other thing is probably that nothing's going to change too much.
Well, it's true. If you could get the people together 4 years from now who have been calling up and talking about what they think's going to happen, and God willing, we're all around 4 years from now. I don't think very much is going to be changing,
Yeah.
But
well, I'll make a date.
You got
Hey,
it.
listen, I hope
Right.
I hope that the two of you call back before 4 years are up. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way.
4 years from now, I'm going to be contacting Hillary and find out how she's doing, and then I can bring her on the show 4 years from now.
Well, that works. That works. It's almost a local call. We're from New York also, so she's in Chappaqua. You know, it's not far.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, everything's a local call these days.
Yeah, I know.
There's no
I know.
long distance.
It's true.
All right,
Okay,
everybody. We're
Joe
all right.
and Suzette, thank you so much for calling. We greatly appreciate it. And listen, I seriously mean it. We look forward to you calling again.
We're on every
sharing your
Friday,
thoughts.
9 o'clock
Okay,
Eastern
sounds
time.
good.
You've called before, Joe. I know that.
I remember the voice. I remember the voice.
Yeah.
I may have.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, there's another show that's the Coffee Club, and it's kind of confusing because it's run by a different guy, and he's uber liberal. So sometimes I just feel, oh God, I don't want to call the show again. But I took a chance. And
So you called the right
Got
one.
you.
Let's put it that way. We're open. We
Yeah.
are open to everybody's opinion. That's one thing we say. Anybody who calls up deserves to have a platform and talk about what they want to. You know, and that's just how it should be. Everybody should be heard.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having this platform.
Well, thank you for calling.
We're always,
And you
always
guys have a great weekend, and I hope we hear from you before Christmas. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you much, and
Great.
enjoy the weekend. And I'd like to call back.
All right, great. Appreciate it.
You
All right.
consider it an invitation.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
all.
Same
Okay,
here
bye-bye.
now. Bye-bye, Suzette. Bye-bye, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Joe and Suzanne. Suzette?
Suzette.
I hate to get her name wrong because I feel very... Suzette, yes. And I'd be embarrassed. But Suzette certainly was a new caller. Joe, the voice sounded familiar.
Yeah, it seems like he's
Okay, but and we had Naj on for over an hour early in the show, which was
quite
always
interesting.
always a good thing to have. And we encourage any of our listeners out there, if you feel you have something to say, we're here to listen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good weekend. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you enjoyed our music tonight. And until next time,
Have a good one.
thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.